Alrighty. I can't tell if it's my volume too loud or if it's the desktop, but let me know if the volume is crazy loud, guys. Sorry. Good morning also, everyone. How are you? Thank you so much for being here. Hold on one second. I didn't quite post that I was live yet. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's such a Monday. I am slow today, but that is okay. That is okay. Hi, Mac. How you doing? Let me catch up on chat in just a second. I'm trying to be better about using this whole Twitch stories thing. I still don't know if it's useful. I feel like such a Twitch noob still. So if anyone has tips, I don't even know if anyone pays attention to these. I'm just like, hey, I'm doing a thing. If you want to do the thing with me. How's everyone doing? How's everyone's Monday going? I think I missed some chat things. Let me catch back up. Thanks for hanging out. I think I said hi to a few of you in chat. Thanks as always, Maze and Raga, for being here. Really appreciate ya. And Mirror Stepper, I hope you're doing well. Good to see ya. Okay. I'm inside, yeah. Good to see ya. Good luck with your plans. Mac. You forgot it was Monday? I wish I could forget it was Monday, Mac. So much to do today. And I have an appointment this evening, so my afternoon stream is going to be a little bit short, unfortunately. Don't like when that happens, but I wish I didn't need these appointments. However, this is how it goes. Let's see. But say you'd like her. Oh, that's okay. No, I literally just saw Gracie for the first time the other day. And Darth, we're so glad you're here. Glad you found the art corner of Twitch. Hope you're doing well. I checked a few of those links. They weren't on, and some of them didn't have VODs, but I did look at a few of them. Thanks for the recommendations. Guys, I'm always looking for new art streamers. So if you know any, like, especially family-friendly, work-safe art streamers, there's a lot of people out there who don't stream on a regular schedule, but I'd love to get to know more people in that category. So, I mean, really anybody, honestly. They don't have to just be family-friendly, but it's always nice to know, like, you know, some good raid options that I can just like send people to and I don't have to worry about. So yeah, if anyone finds anybody, please never hesitate to let me know. I do, as you guys know, tend to try to raid into art streamers at the end of my streams. Just a few times we've raided into like science and education Twitch, but for the most part, yeah, I'm just looking for, you know, any suggestions always, guys, seriously. Okay. It's Darth Maul over there and being all nostalgic. Has everyone got their water? Look, guys, I remembered my water today before stream started. I'm slowly getting closer to being an actual Twitch streamer. I'm so prepared. Okay. Art Twitch, I think it is kind of a small world, yeah. It seems like everybody kind of knows each other. I mean, Raga, you say it's hard to hide. However, when I was streaming for the first time back in like 2017 or whatever, I hid real well. But I also was too afraid to talk to people, so that could be part of it. Trying to be better this year. Okay, I guess the second time around, I should say. I found a dude with a nice beard. Wait, what? Your wife found a dude. Wait, what are you talking about? So your wife got you into Twitch? Is that what you're saying? I'm so confused. Oh, I'm so sorry, Darth. Anyway, hold on, let me keep catching up. It's that person. Yep, it's me. Hi. I'm assuming you're talking about me. We're gonna draw some moss and things today, guys. 100% a Monday. Yeah, I agree. I have such brain fog today. I was gonna try and stay up late last night to see the Northern Lights, because supposedly in Colorado you could potentially have seen them this past weekend, but I kept forgetting to look outside. And then it was also cloudy anyway, so I don't think I would have seen it. Maybe tonight. We'll see if I can make it up. You have to stay up till like 10, and that's late for me. So late for me, guys. Maze, if you see me up at 10 on Senna's stream tonight, tell me to look outside. Hopefully I won't be, but we'll see. Can work listening to is far more on display than intended. Oh no, Darth! That's no good. Well, now you know. Now you know. Yeah, exactly. Nobody mentioned it. Or they just were too polite to tell you, maybe? Which, I don't know. Thoughts, guys? Because I always appreciate when someone tells me, especially with someone I know. It's a little awkward when it's like someone you don't know. But like, if If I'm not here looking stupid, please tell me. What is this? What is this dot? I don't understand what this is. Okay. Look at me being all organized. Got all my refs on the same flare. I don't know what this black dot is, but... Confusing black dot. It's confusing. That's okay. That's okay. We're just rolling with it. Okay, so today we are working in Krita, guys. It's International Plant Day, I believe. I think is what I read somewhere. So, if you know, I figured we've been doing some like landscape and environment warm-up studies to kind of try and hopefully improve, at least for me. I don't know about you guys. I feel like my environments have needed a lot of work for a long time. So just like studying little details like this, like checking out the way that this moss sort of grows in the, is it spackle? No, I don't think it's spackle. What's it called? Grout. I think it's grout. Anyway, doesn't matter. Just like watching how like things are kind of pushing through the bricks, or like the different ways the light is hitting the moss. Like the questions I would be asking myself are things like, how do I make this look like moss? Like what is it that makes moss have a different texture than foliage? Like we've done a foliage study before where we looked at leaves and textures on trees and that kind of stuff, but like how can I paint this texture differently so that it's not just a green blob, right? Like how can I make it look like it stands out? So those are the kinds of questions I'll be asking. This is going to be more of like a paint study stream, so if you are drawing along and you'd rather do something else, that's totally fine. As always, you do not need to draw what I am drawing. My goal with this is I want my backgrounds, my environments, my comic panels, like anything I'm working on, I want to be able to pull in details like this, you know? So this is like a little bit of a rock study too. If I have time, I'll get to some lichen as well. I wanted to look at different types of lichen. But I wanted to start with like moss-covered rocks and moss-covered masonry, I guess, because I think these are things that you can commonly pull into an illustration to just add some texture to a background. So, without further ado, let's get started. Working in Krita, that program that I'm still kind of learning, so please be patient with me, folks. But if you'd like to draw along, if anyone's here for the first time, you're welcome to draw something else, for sure. You don't have to draw what I'm drawing, but I do have, oop, that's not how you spell Discord. I do have a warm-up art section. Wait, that's also not how you spell Discord. Hell, this is why I need mods. You guys, I'm not, I don't know about this whole Twitch savviness. I think I may not be. Anyway, if you would like to join the Discord, please feel free to do so. If you drop any artwork in the warm-up art section, I will be showing those on stream at the end of stream. So whether you're doing like environment studies or people studies, or maybe you're catching up on some of the past topics, Senna actually just posted in the warm-up prompt section like a whole backlog list of prompts. You can find old VODs on Twitch or on YouTube. I'm kind of behind on posting the VODs on YouTube. I need to add that to my to-do list this week. I had them scheduled out and I guess I reached the end of my schedule, so need to be better at a lot of things, but or just hire a personal assistant, frankly. That's like life goal for sure. Make enough money to pay for someone to do my taxes and hire a personal assistant. That would be great. But anyway, if you would like to go check out some older VODs, you can see those there. And yeah, all that to say, any warm-up sketches, whether they're the same thing I'm drawing or not, as long as it's something that you're warming up your day with, I just, you know, try not to post any like finished art or off-topic art in there. I'd prefer if it's just something to encourage other people to start their day off with some observational drawing. I think it's a really helpful practice, especially if you're trying to, you know, get better at art and improve your observation eye, which is really all art skill is. It's how well trained your observation eye is and your hand-eye coordination, essentially. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get started. We'll talk about it as we go. Some of you have been here before, so you kind of know how it works. I'm going to start the same way I usually do. Although this is an environment, usually when we're drawing animals or people, we'll start with shapes and look for proportion. But since I'm doing more of a paint study today, I'm actually going to do this a little bit differently. So for me, when I'm working from this kind of reference, I usually just make a little box, fill it with kind of a middle tone color. I'm going to pick this like greenish color that I just color selected out of there. And then I'm going to personally just basically make those pixels locked so that I can paint inside of that box I just made, but not outside of it. So this is going to be a good way to keep my strokes contained, right? And then I will, yeah, just kind of find, let's see, kind of fun. Ooh, look at the texture on that brush. So here's the other thing with digital painting, right? You can do some of these studies a lot quicker digitally because you can really play around with brush types. So for example, I really like the texture on this sponge brush that I just found. I'm still learning Krita. So I'm actually going to come in and select that pinkish color and you kind of just block in shapes with this sponge brush. And so you can kind of see how I'll be doing that here. Now this one's a little bit unique, right? It's got you got some perspective lines. Hold on. No, why? Okay, there we go. You got some perspective. Shoot, why? Oh, guys, I'm so bad at stuff. Okay, hold on. Okay, trying to show you these perspective lines, but I forgot I locked my layer. Okay, so do you guys see these lines? Like if I were to draw like a vanishing point way over here, somewhere, let's see, where would it be? This is not great, guys. This is bad. This is bad art teaching. Anyway, you can see the bricks in the grout sort of line up on these perspective lines. If you were to draw these lines, thered be a point somewhere over here that they'd all kind of converge. So if it helps you to draw your piece out that way, it's probably better art practice to do that, but I'm just going to move quickly and do a short study. I have a lot of stuff on my to-do list today, so I want to burn through these pretty quickly. They're still really helpful for me to like start my day off. Let's relock that layer. But I just don't want to do like a full-fledged drawing today. I just don't have time. But that does mean you'll probably notice I'm going to have some perspective issues here because I'm not doing that basic foundational structure. I'm not putting in the good bones of the piece by skipping that step. So just keep in mind if you wanted to do a longer form, and we'll talk more about this some other time, guys, but I'm not really prepared to do that today. But if you want to do like a longer form study of any of these images or any of your own images, just start by doing some perspective grid stuff. There's lots of YouTube videos on how to do that if you've never done it before. We will talk about it at some point, just not today. Sorry. I'm being a bad art teacher. I don't know if I want to call myself an art teacher. I'm being a bad art Twitch streamer person today. Lots to do. I'm bound and determined. Like, guys, if you see me this afternoon and I still have not put at least one new item on my Ko-fi shop, I think I need some sort of, we need like a punishment redeem or something. Like, I have to go to the naughty stoop or something because there's like, it's like the last thing on my to-do list. I've got to get it done. Anyway, there's even a perspective grid. Oh, really? The difference between oh my gosh, Mayor of Canada. Mayor of Canada. Oh, why does toilet humor make me laugh so much? I'm so easy. That's such a problem. Okay. Wait, hold on. National Brick Wall Day? No, it's International Plant Day, guys. Tomorrow we are doing hand studies, though. So if anyone is interested in learning how to draw people or learning or working on your anatomy, come back tomorrow morning or watch the VOD and post your warm-ups. I'd love to see what you guys do. But we'll be doing, dipping my toes into the dirty, dirty realm of drawing people. That's not dirty. I'm just terrified, that's all. Hold on, I'm behind a little bit. I'm liking this moss. Oh my gosh, Mayor of Canada. How did I miss such an excellent wordplay? I'm sorry, you get some cheese for that one. Cheese points. I wish I could hand out extra channel points for puns. That's amazing. There's a tool in Krita that helps you spread. Oh, you'll have to show me that later, Amaze. I'd love to know about that. Yeah, please do. Ever had to build a wall like that? I have not. I take it you have. Is that kind of what you do? Okay. So one thing that you can do if you're trying to work quickly on something like this, I'm just going to very, very quickly sketch in some of these dark areas. I'm actually not too worried about this background stuff. I really mostly want to study this moss right here. But if you want to, I'm going to do some green. And maybe I actually hate this brush. I thought I really liked it, but it's doing weird things. I'm going to switch the brush I'm using. There we go. Nice blendy brush. This is what I'm used to. Okay. We've got some green here. It's going to look like a bunch of blobs at first when you do paint studies like this, guys, so don't quit too soon. This is something I struggle with. I always get really frustrated with how it looks early on, and then I just give up. There's this saying, I forget who said it. I'm cheesy and I like to collect quotes. I always have ever since I was little, but there's this, who is it? It's probably like a founding father in the U.S. or something, or somebody who wrote the. I don't know. I'll look it up later. But anyway, it's the quote. I had it on my bedside for a long, long time. I don't know if it's still there, but I had it like attached to the bookshelf next to my bed, and the quote goes. People who, like, it's something about failure. Shoot, I shouldn't try to quote things I don't have it in front of me. It's about failure and success, essentially. And it says people who, oftentimes many people who failed don't realize how close they were to succeeding, or they were super close to success when they finally stopped. So, like, I have to remind myself of that because I have a tendency to get really discouraged a little too easily, probably. And I just want to, if things don't go well, I just kind of want to stop. But when you're working on stuff like this, at the first stages, especially when you're doing kind of more painterly, if you will, style work, it's just gonna look messy at first while you're blocking in the colors, and you just have to kind of push through the ugly part. You know, that's kind of why we call it, you know, getting the bad drawings out. They're gonna be bad at first. Like, just embrace the bad. I'm saying this for my benefit, as well as anyone else who might need to hear that. But try and push through if you can. You might surprise yourself if you just kind of work through some of that. So one thing I'm noticing that immediately that I can do to sort of like distinguish moss texture from like a bush or foliage or anything like that is these little tiny, like, if you look really closely at this one, whew, I don't think I was squirreling. I think you just wanted to scare me, Darth. I'm about to raise the cost of that one, I think. Oh, that's funny. Okay, let's see. Where was I? You squirreled me right out of my train of thought. Oh, texture. So if you look closely at this, what I'm noticing is there's like these little tiny, like, not hairs, that's not quite the right phrase. There's like these little tiny bursts of small lines, right? So I found a brush that has, you know, these little bristly lines. And you can do this with traditional media too, right? You don't have to just use digital work. I work digitally because it's good for me, but anyone is welcome to participate in this however they want. So you can do this with pencil, you can do this with charcoal. There's all kinds of ways to emulate textures, right? But I'm going to be using this bristle brush to sort of like quickly emulate what I'm noticing. Now I'm also noticing that along the edge here, I'm noticing it's lighter. So remember, the trick to doing a study versus a copy, the trick to basically actually learning something from reference, as opposed to just imitating something, is asking yourself questions. So I'm going to say, like, okay, why is it lighter here and darker here? Well, that's because there's a cast shadow. All right, why is it dark on this side, but it has kind of a softer sort of a faded, I guess, shadow? And that's because, you know, just looking at this, I can tell this is a round shape. Like, I'm seeing this is, I can tell I'm getting the impression of roundness because of this dark shadow deep on this side that sort of filters in a little bit around like that. And I don't know, I'm not sure if I'm using the right words. Listen, I'm not professionally trained, I'm self-taught. So somebody out there probably has way more knowledge than me. I don't know all the terminology, but I just feel like if you ask yourself those kinds of questions while you're looking at stuff, then you're going to be able to sort of emulate that in the future. Like, say I want to go make an illustration with a brick wall that has some moss in it, I'll be able to pull back to this memory and think about those things and, like, okay, why did I make the decisions that I made? Like, how did I answer those questions? How did I solve that problem of making this look round and soft? And that's it. And the more you study things, the more you train your observation eye to actually, like, take in that information, the better your work is going to get, even when you don't have reference. So if you've ever wondered, like, how artists get so good at drawing from imagination, well, it wasn't really imagination to start with. It starts with this. It starts with keen observation skills and building those observation skills. So what this means is next time I look at a brick wall and I see moss growing in it, I might actually stop and take a look at it and say, what do I notice here? You know, and how can I use that later? I hear a lot of artists call it filling your creative bank account, right? And so that's kind of what we're doing. And again, I don't want to get too caught up in the bricks. I want to focus mostly on the moss. So I'm just gonna try and avoid that, even though I really like those textures. We are gonna do like a rocks, bricks, masonry kind of a study eventually, but not today. I have to stay on task. I'm really bad about not staying on task. All right, I'm gonna start a new little layer here just so I can draw these little wispy guys. This is a flowering moss, I believe. I actually didn't know moss flowered until last summer. I hiked a mountain with my mom, and we had a super wet year last year in Colorado, like 170% snowpack in some parts of the mountains. It was crazy high, which is awesome. But that also means that the mountains were like, there were flowers and moss and plants in places that I didn't even know, like above 13,000 feet, which you almost never see any kind of life up there, other than like some bugs maybe and some birds. But you don't see like food sources, very often. Anyway, it was just really cool. And I actually saw some moss up there that looked like this. Took a lot of pictures of it actually with my mom. Anyway, I'm probably going to take some artistic license here and not draw quite as much moss. Flowering parts. I don't know much about moss, to be honest. Yeah, we're going to do, let's do it this way. I see a bunch here. I see a few here. So I'm going to kind of artistically choose which ones to put. Maybe a few down in here just to unify it. And then draw a bunch of little lines. There we go. Suddenly it looks like I put a lot more work into it than I actually did. So that's always exciting. And it looks like I'm like super closely observing. And it helps me make those mental notes of like, hey, moss can do this. I know that sounds really basic, but like, you never know when you might want to pull something like this into a painting, right? And I'm also noticing these little lighter pinks, so I'm going to kind of bring some of that in just a tad. And also I broke my chat, so hold on, let me catch up. Sorry, guys. How do you run a party at Idaho State Fraternity? I don't think I get it. I'm sorry, I don't understand that one. Flush the punch bowl? I don't understand. Something you've done. I see. It is. It totally is. Yeah. Gotta go. I see. That was a scare and run, wasn't it? Talia, how are you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. There's no mistakes, only happy accidents. Exactly. The only people who never fail are those who never try. True. And there's all kinds of variations on that quote, right? There's like, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, all that stuff. I think I just liked the one that I found that was about how many of history's failures didn't realize how close they were when they quit. I think just that perspective of like, you have to get through the ugly part to get to success is kind of part of the theme of this drawing along, like this draw along series, right? Where we just kind of want to get the bad drawings out of the way. Like I have to be okay with this not looking great so that I can learn and get better next time and eventually get to the successful drawing. Anyway, that's how I see it. Yeah, definitely a jump scare. Let's see. Learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow. Important thing is not to stop questioning. I love these quotes, honestly, Mayor of Canada. I am a huge quote person. I'm so cheesy. When I was an art teacher, I had so many quotes around my room. One of the biggest quotes I had, I believe it was Eleanor Roosevelt, and it was about had it in like giant letters across the cabinets. I'll draw while I chat so I don't get scroll checked over here. But it was basically small minds talk about people, average minds talk about like events, and great minds discuss ideas. And I had that like really, really big. Yeah, I think it was small minds discuss people, average minds discuss events, great minds discuss ideas. And I just had that really big letters all across the room. And the kids, it was funny, like kids are so much smarter than people give them credit for. I never wanted to talk down to a kid because I think if you allow them to try and reach where you're at, they can often surprise you. Because I would have kids all the time be like, you guys, we're talking about people. We're being small-minded. Like we don't want to do that. And like when they started like gossiping or talking about stuff that didn't matter. And it was kind of, I don't know. It's just I don't know. I like things like that. I like having stuff like that around me, just to remind me to like, I don't know, trying to be a little bit better every day. Okay, let's do this one. I really, really love moss-covered rocks and steps. I couldn't resist this picture, so we're gonna do the same thing we did before. Make a little box. Go. That's one of your favorite quotes too. No way. Is it really, Talia? Oh my gosh. Quote twins. Just listen to you explain this. You have the best art teacher vibes. Oh, thank you, Talia. I appreciate that. Oh wait, hold on. I missed somebody. Luchasoul Morningstar. Hello. It's been a few months. Yeah. Oh, hey, welcome on back. I think I do remember your name. I don't remember how we met, but thanks for coming on back in. How are you doing? Calligraphy. Oh my gosh, I'd love to see it. I love the idea. I think that's part of what I like about Twitch is just this co-working idea. You know, how it's like, I don't know, art's pretty isolating most of the time. You spend most of your time doing it by yourself, and it's just really nice to feel like I'm in kind of a studio environment with some other people. That's why I say if anyone's got any warm-up sketches they're working on, even if it's not this, if you're studying anatomy today, or you're working on an animal, or you're studying something else, feel free to drop it in warm-up art section. I will be showing those on screen at the end of stream for anybody who participates. And you can also do stuff from past warm-up streams. If you got something you didn't get to share last time, feel free to drop it in this time. Happy to show. Why is this... There we go. Let's see. Redeemed hydrate. Oh, thank you for making me hydrate. Let's see. Large minds talk about ideas. Mediocre minds discuss events. Small minds discuss people. Yeah, maybe it was backwards. I don't know. And it may not even have been Eleanor Roosevelt. I just like the sculpture. Don't talk down to kids. They're all taller than me. Ilis, hello. I think I missed you earlier. I saw you. Yeah, you always struggle to work. Nice to see the process too. Aw. Well, you know what, Ilis? I'm happy I could help. And if you want to draw along, feel free to. Dark Era New Vegas. Good to see you as well. It's been nice chatting with you. Good. I'm glad we haven't scared you off yet. Hope everyone's doing well. What about people who talk about animals? Yeah, those are just goofballs. That's me. I'm a cheesehead? Is that a bad word? I don't know. Cheese. Always thinking about cheese, guys. That's a problem. What about people who talk about cheese? Also, good morning, Shiratoshi, or good afternoon, good evening. I don't actually know where in the world you are, but good to see ya. Hope you're doing well today. Sorry if I missed anybody in chat. I'm trying to keep up. California. Okay, great. Well then, good morning. Extra good morning. And Charles Dragon. Okay, good evening, right? It's evening for you, isn't it? Or at least afternoon, because you're like on the opposite side of the world. Anyway, good time zone, everybody. It's so nice to see you. How are you doing, by the way, Charlie's Dragon? I remember you saying you were feeling kind of tired the other day. Hope that has cleared up. Okay. Sorry for the random music, as always. If anybody hears a song they don't love, I'm happy to skip. Always curating this playlist. Also, always open to music suggestions. Feel free to drop them in chat, but sometimes I miss them. You know, kind of vet the lyrics for me if you don't mind, and make sure that they're generally pretty family okay, but like, you know, radio safe, basically. But yeah, feel free to drop stuff in the music share section, guys, the section of Discord. And I do kind of fish around in there for new music. Most often, that's where I go first. So if you have suggestions, always on the lookout. My music is very old. I'm more of a Gen Z boomer. Hey, that's okay. Look, I've got some stuff from the 40s and 50s on this playlist. Like, we were listening to Bobby Darin the other day. Like, I have some Jim Croce. Like, I'm pretty all over the place, so feel free. I bet you have some music I would love. I'm glad you're doing well. I'm glad you're doing well, Shira. Good to see you again, if I didn't say that already. In case I don't see it. Oh, I love the Truman Show. I think I sometimes use that gif when I say good morning in chat, because I don't know what time it is for everybody who's reading it. So. Good afternoon, good evening, good night. I wish there was a good time zone gif. There's only one that I can find, and it's not very funny. Only the funniest gifs will do, guys. Why even have a gif if it's not? Alright, my perspective is way off on this, I can already tell. I'm gonna do a quick... So one thing, if you haven't been here before, or if... Sorry, I always talk too far away from the mic, because I'm bad at Twitch. I apologize. One thing I do sometimes when I'm working from reference, and don't feel like you can't do this, just kind of... You can always go over a line just to, like, give yourself an idea of what you're seeing. Sometimes it's hard if you don't if your eyes aren't super well trained, or if you're just tired, or if you're just having an off day. Sometimes it's hard to like visualize the angle of a line. You can do this when you're drawing from life, but you see a lot of artists do this by holding up a pencil to something. So like if I was drawing this tree in front of me, I could hold up my little pencil and kind of eyeball the angle of the line, lay it over the branch, you know? So it's a very common technique, and there's nothing wrong with it. So if you are struggling, like I am right now, try that. And don't forget about your landmarks too. So you can also check, even though it's not quite proportion, I can check like say distance between the steps by saying, okay, how far down the side of this image do I see this step star? Like, is that accurate? Not quite. You know, it's a little off right here, right? It's way too bright of a green. Holy cow. Let's try again. Anyway, and again, I'm no expert, so if anyone has tips, also, let's lock our layer. Tips that they want to share in chat, feel free. What works for you, I'd love to know. I am also learning, guys. Just because I'm on screen does not mean that I'm an expert. The whole purpose of this series is so that I can improve as well. So I'm stumbling right along there with you guys. Let's all just learn together. It's more fun that way. And then nobody has to feel super embarrassed, except for maybe me, because everyone has to watch my mistakes. But that's a personal problem. I'll get over that eventually, maybe. Or maybe not. Nice. Amaze. People from Prague sit in the... Wait. People from Prague sit in the section? Oh, is that what I said? Yeah, I think that is probably something like what I said. They do. That's where all the people from Prague are. Prague is a beautiful city, by the way, if anyone has a chance to go. Holy cow. Homie Gen Z prefer simpler things and are the ones who are behind the trends. Is that the one who's is that the one that's born in the like early 80s, right? Late 70s, early 80s? Is that Gen Z? I forget. I'm definitely a millennial. I'm like right on the cusp. 7 hours of jams. Excellent, excellent. They do stand the test of time. I agree, Charlie's Dragon. We ride the struggle bus over here and sometimes get run over. Oh my gosh, so true, Talia. So true. You're still tired, but it'll work out in the end. Okay, Charlie's Dragon. Well, I hope you get some good rest. I know it's no fun having to like muscle through tiredness. Wait, what is the user document error message? I don't know. Is that on my... Wait, I don't know. I see that. Huh. That's something new. Let me see if I can find out what that is. Oh, something's wrong with my alerts. Which alert? One of my alerts is broken. Oh no. Oh, it's my sound bits. Huh. Strange. I'll just hide that for now. Thanks for letting me know, Dark Era New Vegas. I had no idea that was on screen. I'm the Forgotten Generation. I don't even know what generation that is. If you're left-handed, become a sculptor because paints and inks and charcoals get all over your hands when you're left-handed. True. That is true. Yeah. After 2 months of MIA, I finally set my clip out. Yay! I'm excited. I'll look at it in a little bit. Gen Z is after millennials. Okay. Can't have to remember. I thought Gen Z was the anxious generation. That was what it's called. I don't know. Everything moves so quickly now. I'm not even sure if the generational like demarcation actually correlates to everybody's shared experience, because that used to be kind of how it was. But I don't know. The audio went out? What? Oh no. Are you guys seeing the audio? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Is my sound bit somehow connected to my audio? Hello? Let me know if you can hear me, guys. You can hear. Okay. Whew. I'm okay. Thank you, Raga. I was like, oh no. Listen, I still don't know quite how to use everything on Twitch. Definitely OBS, not at all. So hopefully nothing breaks. I probably won't know how to fix it. Okay, good. Yeah, sorry, Dark Era. Maybe try refreshing. I'm not sure. Oh, you probably can't hear me giving suggestions. I don't know. I apologize if that's happening. Indeed. It's a mystery. Okay. Let me try this spongy texture again. I do like it for like quick moss. Another thing that I sometimes recommend that I don't always have time for, but if you ever want to challenge yourself, try to find the colors without using color picker. It's a good way to test your your visual acuity, I guess, or like your accuracy as far as like being able to find the color you're looking for on the color wheel. Like it'll kind of train your eye to be like, oh, you know, this is green, but I see a slight amount of blue in that green. And like, oh, that hue is like a little darker though. So eventually you can kind of wiggle your way to a pretty close match for your color. And then you can check it by color picking here and then color picking wherever you're at. Oops. This is the color I was trying to do. Ah. Anyway, there's like a bluish green in there that I can't quite color pick. You can zoom in and get it, but anyway. But yeah, you can see like, oh shoot, I'm like really far away from that color. Or you can be like, oh, I actually got it like pretty close. So anyway, just a fun little art challenge. I am millennial, but I'm mistaken as Gen Z, so we call ourselves Gen Z, the chills. Wait, what? Yeah. I think millennial is a little bit of a like... For a while there, it was kind of like a debated generational line, I think. Because the whole idea with millennial was like, you're supposed to be the first generation to grow up with like the internet, basically. But a lot of people who are in the millennial category didn't get the internet till they got to like college or late high school. So I mean, like those experiences they were having are super different than the people that had the internet when they were like 6, you know? I don't know. It's just kind of an interesting... It's interesting stuff. I'm not sure how much stock to put in all of it. It's kind of like horoscopes, you know? It doesn't really describe everybody's experience, maybe. But it's interesting to talk about. Although I don't know. I don't personally find horoscopes super compelling. That's okay. To each their own. Okay, I've got some brown in here. It's kind of like packed dirt and like little tiny sticks, I guess. I'm gonna go back to my little scratchy brush, see if I can get some little stick textures in there. Start with this one this time. It's a little bit brighter there, getting a little more sunlight on that spot. That was bizarre, yeah. Yeah, somehow your headphones decided to disconnect around the same time. You know? Coincidences, I suppose. I'm glad you got it sorted. Tech issues are frustrating, and I've had more than I wanted this year. So hopefully, I'm done for the year. But I don't wish them on you either. Alright, something is wrong with this. Why is it not? There we go. Oh, this is gonna date me a lot. Does anyone else even remember this song? Charlie's Dragon Knight. I feel like we have a lot of similar musical history. Okay, so I'm looking basically as I'm drawing. Remember, ask yourself questions like, why is it dark here? Oh, because the step is actually split there. So like I wouldn't have noticed that if I hadn't looked a little closer. So I'm like, okay, that's what I'm seeing here. So that means I understand that I'm seeing some rock face here. I'm seeing a little bit of overgrown moss, but it's not going to be a hard edge up here because of that soft texture of the moss, right? And then I have to keep in mind my little keep in mind the top of the step, so I'm going to want like a brighter green to kind of help show that light is actually hitting the top of this moss differently than the moss right here. So that's why I'm trying to color select and get those nice colors we've got down here to help with that impression. There's like this really bright green here that I can't quite select. I might just make it this way. There we go. It's a really nice edge. So like the edge of that step is really catching the light and really making that moss kind of glow. A little bit of backlighting going on in there. Yeah, kind of interesting. Gotta go a little faster. I'm noticing that the moss is sort of clinging to the underside of these craggy rocks a little more, at least on this one. So that might be something to consider. I know there's the whole like moss growing on the right side of the tree thing too to think about. Oh yeah, no worries, Dark Era. Sorry it took me so long to get to it. I've been really busy lately, so if anyone has posted an art share or crit share, I'm so sorry that it's taken me a little bit of time to get to. But it is like on my list of things to keep an eye on. So even just know that even if I don't have time to comment individually always on art share, I do look at everything in there. And if you post in crit share, I really do try to make an effort to, you know, especially somebody who's asking for help, not just like showing their piece, but actually trying to improve something. I really do try when I have time to get to those. So feel free to utilize those channels. And there's lots of other artists in the Discord too. So hopefully you can get some feedback from some other folks too. Grew up with Nokia and that dummy fit computer that only accepts floppy disks. Yeah, I had one of those too, for sure. We had Windows 95, I think, or 98. I can't remember which one we got first. But I remember mostly my mom used it, and I always remember that she was always on the DOS screen. That's all I remember. She was constantly like had her little like user guide out, like trying to like program things or like do something or fix. I don't know what she was doing. But my earliest memories of the computer are mostly watching my mom on blue screen. So. Alright, it's too hot in here. It's here. Okay, I'm gonna move ahead. I'm getting a little too caught up in details over here. So I think I'm gonna scoot on down to this final step. Probably should have... See, these are my bad habits on display, guys. I should have finished sketching out the whole image before I went into details, but I just get so excited. If you've hung around here a while, you've noticed I do this too when we draw. So it's one of my bad art habits that I'm trying to fix. Just man, I've been doing it like that for a long time. I'm gonna emphasize these shadows a little bit to make them look a little bit more like stairs. Go. Let's see, I have 3 official handwriting styles. I'm excited to see them. Important files. Wait. Commercial cursive font. Wow. I don't know the first thing about calligraphy, I'm not gonna lie. Getting to open that green meadow. Yeah, which is actually taken in Mongolia. Oh, really? I have a computer right now at home. My old workstation at home right now is making the loud fan sound. I'm a little worried about it. I need to get either a new fan or could be the CPU fan. Going out too. Right, some nice grassy bits down here. Getting close to finished on this one. I'm gonna move on to these rocks. Just really love these little marks of kind of where those steps are too. I gotta not forget those. Little moss growing in the cracks there. Didn't quite get my angle right on this one. But... Okay, there we go. Mossy steps. Yeah, we're gonna move on. One day we'll do an actual rock texture study, but I do want to do a little bit of lichen today. Still got about 20 minutes before I need to go, so. Once or twice. Do you remember Gutter Ball? I do not. What is Gutter Ball? Cacography. Oh my gosh. Mayor of Canada. Okay. What do your constituents think of these jokes, Mayor of Canada? That's the real question. Gutter Ball is 2000's bowling game. Oh, so you like try to get it in the gutter? I'm gonna zoom out a little so I'm not tempted to do as many details here. So pro tip if you're trying to tone the paper like this, it's kind of technically what I'm doing here is toning my canvas. You want to pick like a excuse me. You want to pick like a middle gray or like a middle gray tone. You don't want to pick like a super bright or super dark because it's going to kind of warp the way you do colors for most of the image. So try to keep your tones as middle as possible. and that's going to help with your overall value structure. All right, I'm going to approach this one a little bit differently. I'm going to start with color. So speaking of value, we got these nice bright whites that I love. Those are excellent. Got these nice shadows. I'm going to kind of loosely sketch those in, leaving some of that gray tone that we just talked about. I think it's too much dark, actually. A little thinner. Okay. So what I'm doing, you can even like blur your eyes and sort of look at the image to try and see where you're seeing those bright colors and dark colors and values. You can also actually grayscale the image and paint in grayscale. I've seen a lot of artists do that as well. Got some darks up here. Light, slightly middle darks here. I'm gonna come back in and do different colors later. Let's actually select that. Alright, so like I said, we're making a mess first, and then we're gonna make it look like something. So I'm basically trying to get all my color blocks in right now. And then once I get those in, I'll go back in and do like highlights and slight color shifts. But right now I'm just trying to make sure that my overall placement of everything is accurate-ish. Again, I'm not trying to make an exact copy. That's not the point of this study. I'm trying to ask myself questions about like, why do I see green in these places? Oh, because they're growing on top of the rocks. And some of these rocks are pushed out more forward, so you don't see any green. Oops, you don't see any green down here. It's kind of like an overhang. Maybe it doesn't get a lot of sunlight right there. I mean, there's a little bit, but it almost looks like they're sitting on top. Like maybe there's moisture on top of the rocks that are jutting out. And so it's going to help me push and pull things forward and back, maybe. I indulge myself in Encarta or I don't know what that means. Do you use a toning fork? What? I don't know what those words are, guys. You're using a lot of words that I don't know. I'm so sorry. I love these like bright reddish, orangish colors of the rocks up here. I really want to pull those in a lot. It's learning from home game. Oh, no, I don't think I played Encarta Kids. I don't think so. We were very public school. I don't think we did a lot of learn from home. I mean, we had a few like educational games. Actually, we had my mom. I asked my mom about this, what I thought was a game, a long time. Like when I was a kid, I played this game I thought was like I don't know. It was like a San Diego Zoo floppy disk that we had. And I thought it was like a game where you learned about animals. Apparently it was literally just like an animal encyclopedia. But I remember spending so much time looking at that and like playing that game. Just learning about animals, that's all it was. That's pretty funny. It just goes to show how memories can be affected very easily by bias. Yeah, it was just like, here's all about these animals that live at the San Diego Zoo. I think there was one part that was like, you could click around to different parts of the zoo, so maybe that's the part that I thought was like a game. I don't know. It worked for me. I definitely had fun with it and remember looking at it a lot. Hey, Tracia, how are you? It's so good to see you. Thanks for popping in. How's your Monday? We had Oregon Trail. That's a game. Of course, we just had like the demo disc version. We didn't actually have the full game, so I can only play so far. All right, I'm getting too caught up in rocks. I think I bit off more than I can chew with this one. Hold on, getting caught up. Let's get uncaught up here. Back to our greenery. Back to our moss study. We're gonna learn about moss, Casey, not rocks today. These are so cool. Monday's going well. I'm so glad to hear that. We are celebrating International Plant Day here by studying some plants. I have chosen to study moss and lichen. Hopefully I'll get some lichen next if I can stop spending a million hours on this this moss picture. Wow, I did a really bad job laying out these colors. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Mostly just playing with colors at this point. Hopefully it'll start to look like something. I do like these trees. You guys see this tree bark texture? We definitely have to do a tree bark study sometime. Look at this cool... Ugh, just wanted to do all the things. I wonder if I could get paid just to do studies. Like, can someone please pay me just to like get better and not actually make finished work? That'd be great. Let me know if you guys hear about any clients looking to sponsor someone to just not actually make finished work. Would love that. Okay. You have a version of Oregon Trail. Oh, no way. I didn't know they still... I guess I'm not surprised they still make that. It was a very popular game this day. Some things just work, you know? Oh, wait, what? Murder mystery? Oh, no. Find the missing chords? I just said chords. Oh, my gosh. Oh, because Oregon. Oregon. I see. I see. Oh, posture check. Thank you. Sure, I didn't see that at first. I appreciate you. I'm down for riddles. I may lose track of them, but eventually I'll read chat and find them. Okay. Studying the tops of the moss here. So I'm trying to remember the texture, like how to make this look like moss and not like regular foliage. I know it looks like a horrible mess right now. And it might still always look like one, but hopefully I can pull it out and actually turn it into something. Oh yeah, save! Oh my gosh, thank you. Have I even saved? Shoot. I have not saved. Thank you, Raka. Appreciate you. This is why I need help, guys. May warm-ups. Just call it that. Save the moss! Agreed. Thank you. Let's save the moss. Yeah. How did you tell me to save to Amaze? Yeah, sorry. If I ignored you, I didn't mean to. You know how I am. It just is like that sometimes. I know I can't be the only one who does that, right? My fellow artists. You guys also struggle to remember to save, surely. You get like really into something and you just realize you haven't saved in a while. Yeah, it totally happens, right? Make me feel better about my bad habits. That's what you're really here. You're really here for just, you know, justifying my poor decisions. Okay. Man, I like these rocks. We have to do a rock study. I know I've said that like 6 times, but... You know what I would really like to do? Is, I think I've mentioned this a few times, but there's, you know, I've mentioned I want to do like live sketching, like walking around doing like a sketch hike or something, and like take you guys on like a plein air outing. Mostly because I also want to do that too, but it's always more fun to have people to do that with. But there's this really cool rock and mineral show here in Denver. I would love to, if I could, like somehow take you guys and just like look at it and maybe find some cool rocks to draw from. I don't know. I've always wanted to do that. We also have a really neat museum here in my town that's free, and I used to take my sketchbook in there and like draw from them, but I haven't done it in a while. It just always feels like it takes so much time away from what I'm trying to do, but that could be like some possible future like stream events. I don't know. We'll see. I always have big plans, right? But then like realize, oh, I only have 3 days a week to do anything. We'll see. But it'd be fun, right? Geology rock! Oh my gosh. Dark era New Vegas. How dare you make such a great wordplay. All the cheese. All the cheese for you, sir. That's funny. Geology.rock. Oh, I'm so easy to change. They're actually, looking closely at this, there actually is some really nice lichen on these rocks too. Yeah, we can do a lichen study. I was gonna do one anyway, like a close-up. Probably be more helpful to do a close-up first, because I haven't actually studied lichen before, so I don't really know what's going on there. So it'd probably be more helpful. Shoot. me finish the moss. I really want to, but I love, like, look at all the painty patterns and textures you can get on that stuff. It's so nice. And remember, another way to kind of pull things together is you can take like a lighter color and just sort of do some outlining. And it's just gonna kind of gently guide the eye into like making some sense out of these shapes, right? So I can be like, oh, that's probably a rock, or oh, this is probably a tree root, or oh, this rock is hanging out this way. No, you found. I also really like this dangly moss. I'm not sure how to make sure you can tell it's dangling, but it's so good. It's 1 a.m.? Oh my gosh! Is that the riddle? Oh wait, I missed the riddle. Hold on. I'm neither tall nor small, yet I rule them all. My stature may be slight, but my power takes flight. Though my height may lack, my influence tracks. Who am I? Standing tall in a kingdom of small. My power takes flight? I don't. My influence tracks. Shoot, I don't know. That could be a lot of things. Could be a short king. What? What? A short king? What is that? Your riddles are impossible. I was going with like a mushroom or like maybe a dandelion because the little seeds can fly away. Short king. That's funny. Well, I hope you have a good night. I'm sorry that it's so late for you, but thanks for hanging out with us for a little bit. That explains why I haven't seen you in a while. Is that your short king, Raga? I am small. That's so cute. I love that. Are my emotes working on screen? Like emote check. Yes, okay, they are. Good. It's no longer the night. It's true, it is day. That is true. That is true. It is now day for you. Well, it's the morning at very least. I don't know if it's day, but it is the morning. Well, have a good morning sleep then. Hopefully sleep, I should say. I think I chose too complex of an image because now I'm just going to want to sit here and draw all these little details to make it make sense. But I don't have the time. Urgh. Why do I just... I gotta start thinking about that. Alright, well, it's okay. It's okay. Remember, it's okay to fail. I'll just fail really publicly right here on screen. Because I need to move on to lichen. I feel like this picture is not going to make sense until I actually add more details to it. What can I do? What kind of broad strokes can I do to sort of pull this together? Questions? Any questions? Going down to eat your feelings. Oh no! You woke up and chose violence. That's sad. Yeah, go to sleep. Go to sleep. Maybe you'll have some nice dreams that will calm you down. Don't choose violence. Violence isn't the answer. Never helps. Okay. I want to draw more moss. Alright, where's my sponge brush? I lost it. One of you is really good at sponge texture. It is not this. Is it this? I'm just gonna use that sponge texture to sort of like imply the moss here. I just don't have time to do as much as I want to do. So, I'm gonna use this texture brush to sort of lighten up these little spaces here. maybe also do some under texture. Just implied texture today. That's what we're learning. Look at this cool lichen color though. I love this blue. I wish I could get this excited about drawing people. Somebody told me how to do that. I'm not nervous about hands tomorrow. We are drawing hands tomorrow for anyone who missed that announcement at the beginning of stream. Or feet, actually. I'm not too bad at the appendages for some reason. But it's more like when we get to profile stuff, I'm a little nervous. And I just don't have I don't know how to find it interesting. I know a few people have tried to give me tips, but they keep telling me things that the reasons that they like drawing people are the reasons I don't. Hands are fun, right, Char? Yeah, we're doing hand studies tomorrow. So I know this one is more environment than we've been doing this month, but we'll be going back to people tomorrow and Wednesday as well. So we'll be drawing all the bits. And I think next week we're doing mouths and noses or something. I don't know, I'll have to check the schedule. There's a schedule in the Discord if anyone needs that. But so if anyone was drawing along, just FYI, you've got maybe 15 minutes to get something in the art share chat if you would like to. There's never any pressure, of course, but if anyone has something they want to share, there is a art share, a warm-up art section. And if you don't have it done in time for this stream, please don't rush. I'd rather you learn something from what you're doing rather than like rush to try and finish. I will be showing things on stream tomorrow as well. So if you had something that you're studying, a plant or an animal or anything else today, and you would like to share that, whenever it's done, just post it in the art share, the warm-up art section. And those are the ones that I will show on stream. Just want this rock to stand out a little bit. I really did too much here. Okay. Love all these little like rock textures. They're so good. Wish I had more time. I didn't have so much else to do today. Titanic waiting our ice cream? Oh, are you really? Hey, well, you can always hang out with us if you're lonely, Lucidrell. Although I thought you said you were going to bed. Don't you need to go to bed? You won't feel as lonely in the morning. Go to bed. Also, I don't think there's anything wrong with a self-indulgent ice cream and Titanic binge session, personally. Can't say that I've done that with Titanic. I'm not really the hugest fan of that movie, like a lot of people are, but I've done it with plenty of other movies. If anyone has a guilty pleasure movie that they would like to tell me to watch, I do have a very long movie list, and we do movie nights sometimes over on Discord, so always add it to the list. The drippy moss is so good. I'm just gonna really heavily imply the drips in the moss here. I really want to incorporate that, I think, into something. I'm working on a dinosaur illustration right now. I will a couple of them. I haven't actually picked one. That's hopefully what we'll be doing on stream later today, by the way, when I come back at 4 Mountain Time. But I want to incorporate more stuff from back in the paleo, I guess, paleo flora. Got a good resource actually on that now, and then I've got a few ideas of like plant species, but I don't really know about moss. I have so much to learn still about ancient plant life. Like, it's hard to make a good piece of convincing art if I can't even draw the plants correctly. We talked one time, I don't remember when it was, about how there wasn't really grass back then. So if you're drawing a piece set in that time period, it's easy to include grass because we're just used to seeing it on everything, but they actually didn't have grass. At least there's no record of that. I don't think grass had evolved yet. Flowers had begun to evolve, I believe, but I don't know what they look like. So much to learn! Okay. Drippy moss. Sleep on my face has found a nice cereal and milk to smack my face in. Oh my gosh. Cereal. I can't even let that stuff in the house. I eat it so fast. It's just such an easy go-to. Such a problem. Love these bright blue lichen-covered rocks so much. They're so good. Cookie! Hello! Thank you for the hydrate. I actually do need to hydrate. I appreciate that. Vanilla ice cream with what? Why? You're making me hungry right now, Lucidrell. Stomach is growling. Oh, look. Oh, we have some, speaking of warm-up art from past streams, we've got some dinosaur warm-ups I forgot that we haven't shared yet. And some stuff from Cinna that didn't get shared last time, so I'll make sure that I start my Discord scroll at the right place this time. I felt so bad I skipped a few people last week on accident. Figured it out. Caught it before I got off stream, but felt really bad. So I'm gonna try and do better today. I hope you're having a good day, Cookie. Oh, let's try not to do that again. I'm really frustrated that I wasn't able to get this to a more finished place, but I do want to sketch some lichen really fast, so pull myself away from this silly, beautiful rock I just want to paint more of. You know, you don't hear about this artist very much, but I really like his work. I don't know if I've ever played this on stream before. My list is too long, I keep starting from the same places. Gotta work on my variety. Okay, we're gonna have to leave it here. I have to move on. Okay, let's do some lichen. We are doing environment studies today, Cookie. Remember, Cookie, are you an artist? Remind me. I feel like I'm forgetting. I feel like we talked about this, and I apologize. It's really hard to keep track of names, but I'm trying to be better. Okay, let's find a good lichen reference really fast. You know, I feel like there's not very many groups of people who are interested in things like this, so if you are still here, appreciate your company, guys. Hopefully anything that we're doing today can be used if anyone's an artist. Hopefully you'll think about some of this next time you draw an environment. I want to do a close-up lichen study. There's so much. If you don't know what lichen is, by the way, okay, this is fungi and lichen. I kind of put them in the same category, but you can hopefully tell the difference, right? Like this is clearly a fungus, the mushroom. There's some really cool ones out there. This is lichen. So I forget the type of animal that lichen is. It's not an animal, it's not a plant, it's like a whole other category. I forget what they're actually considered. But basically they create little colonies on like trees, rocks, like any kind of a surface, and it creates a space, whoops, sorry about that. Creates a space for like algae and other things to grow. And so you get all these like really great color varieties from lichen. Like this is a great lichen covered tree. I'm sure you guys have seen this if you've never thought about lichen before, but look, it almost looks like a paint palette. Like there's so much color. Depending on the surface that it's on, it's really hard not to click around on Pinterest. I apologize. I'm probably gonna do... Shoot, which one should I do? So many good options. Look at this one. Look at that. This one's got little plants on it too. So good. Like here's some really nice lichen. Ooh, I really like that. Yeah. Anyway, there's just all kinds of details. Let's do this one. This is a nice texture variety here. It's pretty simple. I'm gonna do this one, I think. But I would love to do like lichen-covered rocks or something sometime. I might do that off stream. They're gonna be, I mean, it's kind of a similar concept, right? Like moss-covered rocks, but I just really like them. I like them. I like the lichen, guys. What can I say? I really like them. Okay, anyway. You can liken it to moss, right? Oh, sorry, that was bad. Okay, let's move on. It's pronounced lichen in a German way. It's a fungi. Is it a fungi? I thought it was like something separate from fungi. I do have it in the fungi section. Maybe it is a fungi. Look at it. Ooh. Anyway. Song reminds me. Oh yeah, Owl City, nice. Thank you for the 10 pun points. I appreciate that. What do you call a Christmas wreath that is a monster? Christmas wrath. Oh my gosh. Alright, so for this one, I'm just gonna do, I'm actually not gonna start with the box because I want to make myself focus on the structure. So I think I'm just gonna draw the tree trunk. I'm just picking a base color for this tree trunk. It's pretty messy and that's okay. I'm not worried about that. Just make sure it's rough and solid because I'm going to lock these pixels and this will just be what I work on right now. But let's pick some of these great textures. Pick a different brush. Well, actually no, maybe I will stick with, I really like this brush quite a bit. Look at these blues. Oh, they're so nice. Some good colors. Okay. Got this nice little like section here. There's a nice little cluster here. I will come back in and lighten these up in just a second. But right now I'm just kind of sketching in the areas that I see. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I guess maybe it is a fungus. I don't know. I guess I thought it was like a whole other category, but I could be wrong. I really don't know much about that. I just love the textures in this. They're so nice. Oops, it is time to stretch. Hold on. I probably missed a stretch alert earlier. If you haven't done your carpal tunnel stretch for the day, guys, this is a good opportunity to do so. This is your audio reminder to just pause for a second. Hold some kind of pose for like 10 seconds on each hand. Always a good idea. Unless you have a broken wrist. Sure, Toshi, if you're still here, please don't do it. Or anyone else who has an injury. Pair pose is another good one. Do what you can. Rev the motorcycle. Do some rotation. All good. Okay. It's just the little things that can keep carpal tunnel at bay, folks. Gotta do them. So much color variety in these. I can't tell. Actually, I don't know if I can listen to this song, but it is very lovely. Sorry about that. Still finding the occasional non-stream safe song on my playlist. So easy to get caught up in all these details. Let's see. What am I trying to learn here? Hopefully that is a helpful tactic for those of you who are trying to study and not just copy. To kind of break away from that idea of I'm trying to make an exact replica. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out like what can I dedicate to memory in this image. So like for example, what I'm noticing is this big contrast between the textures on the tree trunk versus the textures on the lichen, right? So that's one visual way to kind of separate them. There are these really bold structures, and then the tree trunk has sort of this very vertical bark structure compared to the round, like three-dimensional brightness of the other ones. So just something to think about next time if I ever do decide to draw something covered in lichen in an image. I can think back to this, right? As we were talking about earlier. Just like, oh yeah, this is one way to do that. I can make the lines vertical on the tree, and I can make them sort of more, I hate to say the word tubular, but like round and like almost like flowery in a way here. Like almost like petals of fungus, I guess, or petals of lichen. Got these ones up here have such a different structure than the ones down below, so it's like there's multiple colonies on this one tree. So much, like, can you imagine doing like a micro like a macro, excuse me, like zoomed in environment and have just like a small character or an animal or something on this tree trunk and like this is the environment right here. You know, it's kind of, I don't know, stuff like that's what I think about for me. It gets your brain going like, oh, how could I make an illustration like that? What would I need to pay attention to here in order to make that happen if I ever decide to do that? So those are the kinds of questions that my brain is asking. What did I do? What's wrong, Maze? Oh, save. Did I forget to save again? I saved. I did it just now. Be proud. I'm singing a song. Also noticing like just studying this up close one, I'm seeing kind of the edges of the lichens sort of almost bleed into the, let me see if I can zoom in and tell you what I'm talking about, like bleed over the bark. So you see like this lighter color kind of rimming the entire field, I guess, of lichen. Like I could do it like this and you can almost see what I'm talking about maybe there. Kind of an interesting feature. And then sort of these bulbous forms like grow up out of that, you know? It's just interesting. I also like how they're all kind of rimmed a little bit. Even just these small details of like adding these little loops around the structure sort of makes the, just kind of makes things pop, I guess. This one is definitely a totally different species. I don't even know how you would talk about lichen. Like, are they species? I would assume. Different variety, maybe, of lichen? I don't know. But it's interesting. Well, hopefully doing studies like this helps people to kind of look at the world around them a little differently. Maybe next time you're walking through the woods or a park, or heck, even like a park bench, and you notice something unusual. Maybe, hopefully, it gives pause, you know, and helps you kind of fill that visual library a little bit, because that is the whole point. Kind of gather these ideas from the world around you to be inspired to go and make some cool work. I'm gonna finish this one up. I think I'm getting close here, and then I'm going to go and check the warm-up art section to see what you guys have been working on today. We're also going to look at those pieces that we missed last time, or that got done since last week, basically. As I've said, feel free to drop in warm-up art anytime you're doing warm-up sketching of any kind from reference. That is kind of the one caveat there. It needs to be something that's from observation of some kind. It doesn't have to be a photo reference. It could be just you looking around at what's sitting around you. But do try to, the whole point of the challenge is to kind of get into the habit of doing at least 30 minutes of warm-up sketching every day or every time you're about to get started with something creative. I think if you can develop that habit, it can really surprise you with how much it frees up your creative, I guess, power or your creative ability. It kind of unlocks you for the rest of your creative day, just because you've kind of broken the seal, you know, kind of wiped off the rust and stretched those art muscles a little bit. So it's kind of like before you work out, you do a little warm-up. This is what this is. This is a creative warm-up, basically. It's going to make your creative workout a lot better. Hopefully. That's the idea anyway. I know I've noticed it. It's definitely a practice I've always wanted to have. I just haven't been good about implementing. So thank thank you guys for making sure I get this done. Helping me reach my goals just by hanging out with me and keeping me accountable. Yeah, I think I'm reaching the finish on this one. Yeah, just remember to scroll up. No, I already got my Discord page to the top of the last big piece we worked on. Yeah, I felt really bad about that last time. Thanks for the reminder, and sorry again to anybody who I skipped last time. It was not intentional, I'm just bad at stuff. Please don't be offended. Okay. There we go. Add a few little tiny details here, and I think I'm gonna call this one done. Thanks, Amaze, for dropping those links. Yeah, if anyone needs the Discord link, there it is right there. You can drop your stuff in chat as well, but sometimes I miss it in chat, so heck, sometimes I miss it in Discord apparently. But I'm gonna try and not do that this time. I think I can handle it. I'm setting myself up for success today. That's all the textures I have time for. Let's just do a nice little outline to kind of apply that highlight. There we go. Okay, lichen tree. A little messy, but that's okay. So here we are. Here's our lichen for the day. Lichen, some moss. Excuse me. Wait, where's my flowers? Hold on. There we are. Excuse me. Oh my gosh, I was like, where'd my little flowers go? I know I did them. Alright, so this is what we got done today, or at least what I got done today, but I'm excited to see what you guys got done. So, yeah, if you want to show anything that you worked on today, feel free to drop it in chat. I'm gonna head that way. I kind of like the lichen tree and the rock. The best. But that's okay. I wish I had more time to work on this one. This would be a good environment study. I think I'd just get off more than I could chew in the 20 or 30 minutes I gave myself. So next time. But let's see what other folks were warming up with today. And if you did draw something, feel free to speak up in chat when yours is on screen so that we can all know who to praise and who to go follow if you stream on Twitch. Alright, there we go. So I'm going to pull this window over. 4 new messages. Okay, we got some art in here, guys. So this is one we did not look at last week, but it's a beautiful study of a dinosaur, looks like. Love the skeletal studies. Shura, I think this is Shuratoshi, yeah. Shuratoshi is a streamer here on Twitch that we have met recently. I believe it's spelled this way. I should probably check those things before I give shoutouts, but... Oh, thanks. There we go. I should just let Raga do it. Raga knows. Sorry, Raga. I thought you were sleeping. Aren't you tired? Raga, take care of yourself. No, but thank you, Raga. I appreciate it. So here's this lovely study that Shura did. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. Really nice way that they've kind of looked at the bone structure and then just laid the creatures. Like, kind of try to figure out, okay, here's where the feathers would go. Here's how the skin would look. Here's the texture. I like this markings, these spot markings you put on the head here too. And you added the keratin sheath to the bill there. Very nice. You can see the nice gesture drawing done here. Then we built up to a skeletal study. Looks like we then copied and drew over that to do these featherings. So really nice stuff. Really nice stuff. Great study. This is a great example of how you can take an anatomical study and then build a creature on top of it. So really nice work here, Shura. Excellent job, as always. Love it. Love it. Oh, here's Cinna. Cinna did some more lion studies. We looked at a couple of these, I think, last week, but it looks like she finished the rest. So cute. Oh, these look great, Cinna. Really nice job with the anatomy on this walking pose, too. This is a tough pose right here. So really nice job there getting the knee in. Yeah, nice stuff. Nice job with the eyes. Those eyes look great. Lovely. Very, very haunting and captivating. Nice job, Cinna. Nice job. And Cinna also... Don't take those studies lying down. Oh my gosh, for Canada. My cold soldiers follow me to the promised land. Exactly. Oh my gosh, too good. Yeah, you guys should also go give Cinna a follow if you aren't already following Cinna. She's one of our mods here. Shura's got some is this that lichen picture we were looking at? hold on. I think I recognize this one. Is that this one right here? I think it might be. Could be wrong. But yeah, even though it's a lot of like brief colors, I still can tell that you're looking at a reference and actually studying the colors and the shifts there. It looks great, Shira. These look awesome. I kind of want to know if I got your reference picture right. I'm not sure if Shira's still here, but I'll have to bug them later. Really nice. Thank you for participating, Shira. I wanna see the reference. I feel like it might be this one, but I could be wrong. Looks like it might be a different angle, so I'm probably wrong. Ooh, nice job with the moss drawing. Amaze coming in with those lines. I don't know how you do that with all your line work, but this looks really nice. I think I just wanted to jump right into a color study because I was like, I can't draw this moss just in lines. But you're clearly very comfortable in lines, but you do a great job getting all the different textures. Like, look, like even though it's line work, you guys see how like it looks softer than the rock just based on the line texture that he used. Really nice job. No, Mayor of Canada. Was streaming and pivoted to work on a sketch request. Hey, no worries, no worries. It was this one. Oh, okay. Nice. No worries. This is a beautiful plant. Do I have this plant? I do. Okay, good. I want it. Okay, that makes more sense. I thought they were big flowers, but I was like, is this lichen? It's fair, it's fair. Thank you for showing us your ref. So amazing, yeah. Also, Amaze, I love how the shoutouts just look like we're yelling so amazing, which is wonderful. Yeah, well done. You guys, Amaze has been streaming lately as well, so if you aren't following Amaze and you're looking for a new art streamer to support, very chill vibes, very nice guy. You all know him from chat, so if you want to go give him a follow, I know he'll appreciate it, and his streams are a good time. Nice job, nice job. Okay, this makes more sense. I want to revisit this one with next to the reference now so I can... Okay, gotcha, gotcha. So that makes more sense with the petals too. Fair enough, fair enough. Well, if you ever finish this one, I'd love to see it, Shira, but no pressure. I can still see the bones of what you had going. We're good. The bones are good. The bones are good. All right. Oh, Beats. Hey, Beats. Good to see ya. Oh, I love it. Hold on. This is fantastic. You did such a good job with that line texture with the moss. That really, really soft. Let me see if I can make it bigger. I always forget which program you work in, Beats. I think it's Procreate. If you're still here, feel free to speak up, but no pressure. But yeah, really nice, soft, like soft texturing, but then you got these long dangly bits. I was trying so hard to get that into mine, and you made it look so effortless here. I don't know why I didn't just do it this way. It's very effective. This is a great example of how you can use texture to imply form, right? So that's a really good example of that, for sure. And those nice straight lines on the wood contrasted with those big, heavy, like fluffy feeling lines on the moss. Really nice job using texture to differentiate those. Excellent job, excellent. Very nice job, Beats. Hey, Clip Studio, Clip Studio. Okay, good to know. Clip Studio. Love it. Wonderful job. Didn't move my car for over a year and it gathered a little bit of moss. Holy cow. This isn't really your car, right? You're making a joke? Or did you really just leave your car and it made moss? That's amazing, actually. I didn't even know that could happen. That's crazy. And you can even see the tire impressions where the moss grew around it. That's really yours? Oh my gosh, amazing. That's amazing, Pete. That's cool. I love that you got your own reference picture. I might save this. That's really cool. And nice job. Yeah, exactly. Getting the texture in there. It's a tough thing to do. It's a tough thing to do. Moss is such a, especially at this distance, a really, really subtle difference in texture between this and the asphalt texture, right? That's such a cool picture. I had no idea that could even happen. I love it. Great little study there. Let me give you a little clap and a little heart. Beautiful, beautiful. Char. Oh, you picked. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I was so tempted to pick from this picture as well. You guys, I love this image. Hold on. If you haven't seen it, this is the my Pinterest board full of all my references, by the way. I'm pretty sure you used, because I was looking at it this morning. Is it this one? This one you used? Let me compare. Let me see if I got it right. Maybe I didn't. I feel like this might be the picture. If not, it's very close. No, maybe it's not the right picture. Either way, love a good mossy tunnel. Oh, maybe it's this one. Maybe this is the one I meant to put. I don't know. Either way, I was looking at these this morning. I really wanted to do a mossy tunnel, but I chickened out. I thought it would take too long. You did a great job. Either way, regardless of what picture you used. Oh my gosh, look at these textures, you guys. This looks so good. I want to follow along while you paint, Moss. Do you stream, Char? I can't remember. I would love to watch you work. You're always turning in such great work for these. Look at the lighting. You really captured that lighting really well. That backlighting is so impactful. Really nice stuff. Really nice stuff. You'll get the HD one. Nice. Please do. Yeah, no, I love it. Great job with your values. Like, this is a great value study and texture study and color study. Like, really nice stuff here. I feel like this is an almost complete background for an image, you know? I feel like it would maybe take like a little bit more work and you'd be finished. Love the simple shapes that you got, the different shapes of the leaves and the straightness of the trunks, the fluff of the moss. Ugh, beautiful. Beautiful. Love it. Oh, you put the picture right below. If only I would learn to scroll down on Discord. What do you think, guys? Maybe one day I'll learn. This is great. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, beautiful. Holy cow, you did such a good job here. And remember, the point isn't to make an exact copy. The point is to be like, what can I learn from this image? How can I bring this into a future illustration? Hopefully, this is a great one studying depth too on this path. You know, how do you create depth in an image? Like, for instance, look at how bright that background color is, where all that light is hitting those trees far away. And that high contrast you get with that shadowed tunnel right there. That's a really great way that you can remember that for later to bring that into an illustration sometime. Like, oh yeah, if I want things to pop, I need a high contrast. How can I use light to make high contrast? So those are the questions you should be asking as you're doing these studies. Don't worry about making exact copies. Oh, I see. Oh, this is a nice little... Wow, that's so crazy. I wonder what kind of moss that is. Really cool. Or is it algae? What's the difference? I have so many questions. I need to just look things up before I get on stream, probably. I'm so glad to hear that, Charzia. They're helping me too. That's my hope. My hope is that this stuff is helpful for everybody. I hope it's a good accountability activity for everybody. You know, again, you don't have to study what I'm studying. Ever. You can always do something else. Like, we didn't study dinosaurs, but Shira went and did a dinosaur study and shared it with us. The whole point is to encourage one another to use more observational skills so that we can all level up our art skills. So that's kind of the hope. So I'm glad it's helping. Did any moss grow on the car? That's a great question. Yeah, Beats, if you're still here, I'm also curious if any moss grew on the car. Very cool. Well, thank you guys for hanging out with me during this warm-up session. I will be back on at 4 p.m. Mountain Time today. I'll show you a little preview of what we'll be working on while we head out here. I'll be working on picking a dinosaur illustration to work on, or maybe possibly doing some more thumbnails. But here's where we left off. I believe it was in this program. Hold on, let me make sure. One of these days I'll have everything pulled up before I start a stream, but today is not that day. Okay, yeah, here we go. So these are the thumbnails that we worked on last time. I'm kind of leaning toward a couple of these. I want to do another redraw of this concept. I still like it. This isn't quite there for me, but it's close. I think I need to do something with this center area, but I might do another thumbnail of this one. I had another idea that came to me about this one, so I might redo this one as well. So we'll see. Or I might just jump right in because I do kind of like this one. I don't know. I may jump right in and do something. We'll see how I feel this afternoon, but I'll be doing some kind of dinosaur-themed illustration. I've got some references pulled up of prehistoric plants, so that'll hopefully help me fill in some of these images a little bit better, so they're not all just deserty. But I'll be back on later doing that today. So hopefully I might even be able to pull in some moss stuff now that we've looked at some mossy and lichen covered things. Maybe I'll be able to toss some of that in actually on the thumbnail stage. We'll see what I get to, but for now I have some other stuff I gotta run to, so let's go find somebody to raid into. Yeah, we'll see you later, Talia. Thanks so much for hanging out, and thank you to anybody who hung out, who drew with me, who chatted, who just lurked. Like, all of that is so appreciated. I can't even tell you how much that helps. People have been finding me on Twitch and saying that I'm showing up in their recommendeds, which is wild to me because I don't know how that happens, but I'm pretty sure it only happens because you guys are hanging out with me, so I appreciate that. And I appreciate you guys, just helping me exist here on Twitch. So let's see who I can find. Oh, you know what? We haven't rated into... Let's see, should we do LC art or should we do Person? I haven't rated into either of them in a while. Oh, Tofu's on. I don't think we've ever rated into Tofu. Let me see what she's up to. Looks like she's doing paintovers. This is like a pretty big industry artist that I discovered recently here on Twitch. Did I say Tofu? Yeah, Tofu Senshi. You guys probably know her. If you've been around Twitch for a long time, you probably know this person. I just discovered her recently, but her work is really great. I just don't know how work safe it is, so I'm checking that out really fast. It seems like she's mostly doing drawovers right now and talking about anatomy, so it actually really ties in well with what we're doing. So let's go carry on the learning train here. You know, if anyone's watching with kids, just be warned, maybe don't have chat open because I don't know how generally work safe it is, but she's using the cozy tag, and every stream I've hung out in has been relatively chill. Not too much like crazy cursing or anything, so keep that in mind. I know I have some kids that draw along with me. It might be a good time to head out. But for those of you who are not worried about that, let's go ahead and head on into Tofu Senshi, and I'll go ahead and give her a shout out too, just so that if anyone can't come along with me but you would like to give her a follow. I think that's spelled right. Tofu Senshi. There we go. Yeah, go ahead and give that link a follow. But that's where we're going to be headed today. So thanks again, guys, for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. And yeah, she's great to watch. Tofu is too small. Yeah, no, she's not small at all. She's a big artist for sure, but that's okay. It's okay. We're going to go ahead and say hi. If you want to hang out for a little bit with me and go say hi to Tofu, feel free. But in the meantime, if you are around later this afternoon, I'll be back on at 4 p.m. Mountain Time. And if not, then I'll see you again another time. We'll be doing hands and feet studies for the next 2 days. So if you're into studying anatomy, this little raid will be a good intro to that. But let's go say hi to Tofu, and I'll catch you later.